All right, what project will we work on today? Well, you probably haven't seen this yet. This is a 233, I believe, sprayer is the number of it. That's the way you could get them, with 3 barrels. I got that on an auction, and my neighbor went and got it for me. And so we will be working on this at some point. Kind of neat. I don't think I've ever seen another one in person. I know one guy who's got a single barrel 3-point mounted one, but other than that, they're pretty scarce. So that's on the agenda. I've got another implement which there was not room for on the trailer, and so it did not make it back, and I hope that it will in the next few days. What else? Oh, so what this is, why I'm unhooking this, I got another implement coming, and I gotta go get it. I tried to go get it the other day, and it was buried in the shed, so they had to have some time to clean her out. But it's another piece that I like implements. I can't just watch them not be saved, you know. And so there we go. This is super cool though. I really like this. I think it'll look neat at the show, like behind the 500, because that's a very comparable era of when it was made. Clover white wheels. Yeah. So that is on the agenda for today, and we will get started right after this. Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm Rusty Oliver Man, and we got this unhooked. I'm going to load up some other stuff because this place I'm getting it from is actually a machine shop, and I'm going to take them some stuff to work on, and so we need to get that loaded. So get the old pickup started here. I had trouble with it the other day. The lift pump quit, and I had to put a new lift pump in it. I'm hoping I can get that sucker to go sometime, because I don't know. The old diesel just needs some attention, and I need to get something. I have another single cab diesel pickup, which the transmission needs to be hoisted back up and put in. I just haven't ever had time. So I need to get something done so I can work on this one. I need to have another truck ready so this one can get some much needed attention. It may end up going down the road, I'm not sure yet. So yeah, let's get to work. All right, we're rolling now. So it's not very far away, maybe 3 or 4 miles. So we should be there shortly, and hopefully our treasure will in fact make it home. So we'll see. All right, friends, can you see that? What do you suppose that could be? Well, we're hoping we'll make it home with it in one piece. Tires are kind of questionable, but we ain't no stranger to that. So I'm gonna focus because we're going through some hilly terrain here before we get back on the straight road. So we'll do that, and then I'll bring you back. We might as well check something because these boxes are turning. I've never had that happen before, but what's happening is the clamps are loose on the bottom plate. That's not ever been a problem. The 543s I have. We'll talk about this later, but this is an earlier one, I believe, because I think that they didn't all have the fiberglass boxes. I'll have to look all that up, but I think we're good. To try again. All we got to do is cross over this short section of highway, and then we're back to county roads. All right, so what have we got here? A 540 planter. Take the lids off and pull it down the road, because you probably won't have them when you get back. These lids are not very good shape, but that one would be original because it's green. This one is a replacement. It's also not in good shape. But what's cool about this one, look at this. It has the dealer tag on it where they ordered this replacement lid. and that's pretty cool. So I'm gonna have to hang on to this lid. I don't know if I ought to try to take that tag out of there. I think I will. I'm gonna take that in the house and save that, but that's pretty neat. Otherwise, this lid is pretty well toast. The boxes are pretty good. I thought there's a little separation going on there, but nothing terrible. He said he did not have the augers anymore, but he thought he had that piece that went up here to trip the markers, and because I have the markers, they're in the bed of the truck. But when I was walking around, I found the augers laying by the side of the building. Of course, they're junk, but they got some, you know, coupler pieces on and stuff. But then I found this trip mechanism, which bolts on there. So I got, I think, everything that's not on it right now. So that's handy. It's even got the jack still in it. Does it turn? Probably not. We might be able to fix that up. I don't know. But I think this is neat. I've wanted a 540 for a while because I got the 543. And so, see, my plan is to have like the whole progression of stuff. So when you see them all in a line, you can see how they arrived at what they did. There's some major differences between these and the 543. Maybe this spring I'll pull that other one out again and we can do a side-by-side. So you can see the 543 is much beefed up over this. The main bar part of the frame is pretty well the same. That beam though is bigger on a 543. Your uprights for to your wheels are heavier on a 543, as well as I'd have to look now. I was thinking that they had like roller bearings on the end caps and the shaft stayed in the, I don't know. I'll have to go look. Can't remember. But if you look at it, you can just see all over that things were beefed up a little. The marker assembly is totally different in the way it mounts and the whole shebang there, and the tripping apparatus. It does its tripping like up here. So, never having used one, I'm not exactly sure how that's gonna go. We will find out, but I believe you just do this and then it flops out, and then when you know what I mean, there's hooks here to hook your chain from your handle apparatus, which is now, there we go. Yeah, so your chains go to those little hooks, then you pull it from the tractor seat, which really is better than having the rope tied, I guess, if you can reach it from the seat. On my 543, I welded there is a rod sticking up for hydraulic hoses, and I welded a little thing up with 2 rings so that the ropes can go through it, because you'd always have trouble where the ropes would want to flip under something, and that really helped on that deal. So that was, yeah. Fertilizer openers, that one's pretty rough over there, but yeah, I mean, he used it totally with fertilizer and everything. He used it as it was. The lids on these were painted green, so we can probably refix that up a little better than what it is. The bottom part is basically the same. This has got a different kind of like a shield in there. The 543 one does not have. And really, this is probably the first one I've ever been up close and around. I knew where there was one other one not too far from here in the opposite direction of where this one came from. And it was bought new by an old man. The story I heard, he had a planter, the cultivator, the whole shebang, a little disc, a 1550 tractor with almost no hours. It sat in the shed almost all my life, never moving. I guess the guy had bought it, used it a year or two, and then died, and it just sat there. Well, an equipment jockey came along and bought the whole shebang, and it got parted out and sent all over the place. So who knows where that stuff is now, but I bid on that planter when it came up in auction and didn't end up with it. But other differences, like between my 543 and this is a shoe planter. The 543 is a double disc opener job. I'm not saying that, I think that you could have got the 543 as a shoe type planter, but by that time the double disc opener thing was pretty well becoming the standard. And just looking at this, I'm not so sure that the main frame unit isn't the same thing and you just bolted your opener in and took the shoe off, because you can see it's very much the same. That would make sense. But yeah, it's a neat little planter, and the fact that it was sold new by our dealer and it was sold to this guy's dad and he used it the whole time, and yeah, I just think that's neat. Another thing I think is interesting here, we're gonna have to figure out this situation with these boxes, because I've never had them turn like that before. But I'm thinking that there should be a sticker on the outside. And I'm also thinking that 3 of these boxes have been replaced at some point in its career, because I was pretty sure they were all painted or greenish fiberglass and then has this big sticker on the outside. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but we'll look it up in the books and everything we can find about it. But it really seems to be a decent-ish planter. Good shape. Pulled it down the road, learned a few things. There is a little side-to-side slop in those wheels. You could see them sliding in and out of there. If a guy was really motivated, he'd take that apart and make it right. But you know me, I'm not probably that motivated just to play with it. We did the biggest favor to it today by saving it, so that's pretty nifty. But yeah, it's just interesting when you look at them and see the progression of stuff in their design. And I'd like to make a video, I guess, at some point maybe where I take out all of the planters and go one right after the other and plant, but that would be a lot of work, a lot of seed moving for no reason. But I could probably take this out in the 543 as long as I measure this and it's on the right row spacing. I think it is. But if we did that, we could alternate between the two, maybe do a side-by-side comparison and see how they plant. Yeah, I'm just looking at the old thing. I'm betting that fertilizer box was replaced too, just because of the difference in decals. It's very possible. I mean, like I said, he used it and it was his only planter, so it probably has tons of acres on it and has probably had everything serviced on it, or, you know, repaired that could possibly ever need to be repaired. But that's pretty nifty. Another implement that I didn't have and saved from destruction. More frame differences, just talking off of what I'm seeing. Your tongue and all that is totally different on the 543 than it is on here, and you'll see that when they're side by side. So anyway, it's I'm happy. I didn't give that much for it, and it's, like I said, it's something I don't have. This box has plates in it, so if we can gently look in here. Is this a bag full of plates? I didn't look in this bag. So the bag was, oh, sweet. There's a book in there. Okay. Hold. Oh man, it's chewed on. It has become a mouse house, but there is, I'm thinking that this bag is pretty well done. It's just some sprockets for your speeds, extra chains. That probably fits something on here that's important. Lots of plates, more plates. Well, we lost the cover and most of our, does it have page numbers? How many pages did we lose? 3. This is page 3. So they got in here and munched on a few pages, but get to about page 9 and then we got a good book. And that's good because that's where the operating instructions part starts. Shows how to do all this. It's got the lockup pin in it now, so it's still got the factory one, which my 543 does not. But anyway, yeah, there it shows our display of how that needs to be. So we probably need to fix our lever assembly because I see it's been welded on the bottom. Look how shiny that looks in the pictures, you know. Ooh, is that the cover? Well, the cover was saved. So we got the cover, and we're missing 2 pages, but they got totally mouse chewed. But yeah, there's a picture of it in all its glory back in the day, and that's kind of what I was thinking. And maybe this picture doesn't do it justice. I'll have to look at more pictures of them. But I was thinking the boxes were green and the lids were white. This one looks like the lids were green all the way around, and that was, I thought, the later variation where the boxes weren't green anymore and the lids were green. And yeah, so we'll have to investigate on that. See, there you can see very clearly that box is painted green with a white lid. There's a rate chart in there. Hill drop opener, runner opener, that's what we have. And double disc drill opener. But you see the similarities in that. I'm just wondering if that ain't the same cast frame, and it just, you bolt on whatever you wanted. For planting the last 4 rows next to fence, be sure to leave your row marker up. Leave ample clearance when making turn. That's just good advice for anyone. This is a pretty good old book, really, for being stuffed in inside of there. Soybean baffle plate. Okay, I don't have that on the 543. A baffle plate can be used for better placing of soybean seed and prevent any packing action against the seed plate. So that leads me to wonder, does this unit or this box not have that little roller with the, no, it does. It has that little deal there. Interesting. Oh, that's neat. There's how it came shipped. Drawbar package, frame, row markers. What a fun time that would have been putting these together. From brand new. Oh, ho, ho, ho. There's another beautiful thing. I'll cover up his address. I guess it doesn't matter, because that's the old way of addressing, and his house is totally wiped off the earth. It doesn't even exist, and the family doesn't own it anymore. But the co-op's envelope, that's pretty neat. Now, if there was just a few $100 bills in it, we'd be really set. That's neat too. I might have to put that envelope in the cabinet with that other deal. Sweet. Well, we'll take this in the house so that it doesn't get any worse than it is. But anyway, let's put our lid back on, and then we'll wrap this sucker up. So we got that, and we got our sprayer over here. I guess we could plant our crop and then go spray it, cultivate it and spray it and do everything. I will not probably ever spray with this. If I go to all the work and build the booms and fix her up, I don't think that I'm gonna run water through it. I might change my mind. That barrel's junk, I guess. I'll have to get a better barrel. That ain't no problem. I don't think it's original anyway. Probably have to get several new barrels the way it looks like, but anyway, that's no big deal. The thing about this sprayer, it is missing the nothing. I mean, everything. The booms are gone. It's basically the frame and 3 barrels, and that's fine. I found the correct high pro roller pump from back in the day, brand new old stock. It's on its way. It's a high pro 750 pump, so that I got that. I need to get the selector valve thing, which is identical to the ones they make today. It's made by T-Jet, and even in the book, the original was a T-Jet selector. We can get the pressure reducer thing on there, and it's funny when I'm standing here talking, that barrel doesn't have a thing on it. It's like echoing in the barrel. But our plumbing setup then should be very basic. I've got it. The other guy I talked about earlier that has the single barrel sprayer that mounts on the 550 or Super 55. He should have whatever it is that goes to draw the stuff out of the barrel. That's what I need to see. I don't have that. Figure out how to make it. I assume it's just a piece of pipe you drop down in there with a suck tube on it or something. Maybe it's got a check valve on. I don't know. But I need to figure out what that is to make it, because I don't think that the barrels were like drilled and tapped and plumbed into. But I don't know that for sure. The picture in the literature is not very clear. But I did find more literature, and I ordered it that had this particular setup on the cover. The booms that it is supposed to have appear to be wet booms in the picture. In other words, the nozzles are not clamped onto the thing. The tube is actually full of liquid when you're spraying. And it says that the standard outfit was 20-foot width, which would leave probably like 5-foot boom back here and then 7.5 wings or so. So I'll have to figure out on that and do whatever. I've been contemplating different ways that I wanted to maybe do that to make it look nice. I thought about using stainless pipe. That's what I would like to do, but I don't think I'm going to find stainless pipe in that length reasonably priced around here. So I'll probably just get iron pipe, and it's going to be, like I said, if I spray, it's going to start to rust, and I really don't know if I want to do that. I thought about several things. I just got to see what my choices are. I can get clamp on. That's another thing. The original booms appear to be like they were made seamlessly, where the threaded part for your spray nozzle was made into the pipe, and there was no seams anywhere. And I can't really recreate that, but they do make a clamp on thing where you could clamp it around drill a hole and clamp it around the bar, and it's got a seal, and then you'd have your nozzle body. And that's probably what I will do. It will be closer, although not perfect, but I think that's the route I'm going to go. And then I can, set it however I want it, figure out where stuff's got to be. But I think I need to use iron pipe for the rigidity of the whole thing, because as you would bounce through the field, it would bend. I found some really nice stainless looking tube, but I think that a couple good bounces with that chain would probably put a kink in it, and it would be garbage. So I'm not going to do all that work for nothing. But I think these are both neat pieces. I'm going to try to get them more better. And like I said, I really want this sprayer complete where it technically could spray, and then maybe take it to a show at the 500. I think that'd be super sweet. But as far as using this to farm with, the days of these things are done. If you're still using a pull type sprayer like this, I don't know. Good luck to you, because that just, I don't think you could reasonably do a good job and make money with the type of stuff we got to do now. There's just too many factors involved. That's another reason why, like I said, I let the co-op do my spraying, because they can do it so much, run down so much less material, and they can do it faster. You know, if you would do like corn with this, maybe it wouldn't be as bad because you could fit between the rows and you weren't running down crop, but it'd just take you a super long time. But soybeans, no, you'd make like 6 passes to their 1 pass with their modern sprayer. So anyway, mainly just a collectible now, and a neat piece that needs to be saved for the future so everybody can remember how it used to be. But I'm super pumped about that. Actually, all my projects I'm kind of pumped about. Just need time to do them all. So yeah, anyway, we'll tackle the rest of this nonsense at some point, and I'm probably going to do combine today and try to get that up and going. Maybe we can give it a shot. I don't know if that'll happen or not, but as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.